How is it possible that every track swimming record has been broken repeatedly over the decades, but you look up fastest Kentucky Derby ever, and even though they can breed train horses however they want, all the records are held by one horse from 1973. There's some upper limit to what a horse or human can achieve speed-wise. Horses reached this in the 70s, and humans haven't gotten there yet. Prior to the 70s, a Kentucky Derby record steadily was set similar to the humans' 100 meters dash. Then the top horses mostly leveled off. At some point the same thing will happen to humans once we've exhausted the possible training and genetic improvements. Horses reach that point earlier because we basically specifically breed and train them just for this purpose. In addition to what has been mentioned, Triple Crown races are very hard on horses. They are comparatively long races that reward horses who have stamina over sprinting speed and can run in mud due to the spring timing of the races. Scratched from the Belmont the third of the 3 races due to injuries in the first 2 races, and a number of horses who did run performed poorly due to injuries incurred before or during the race. Because no one cares who wins the Derby. I live here, buddy. It is totally about dressing up and your wife GF so wearing a big fucking hat, and that's truly about it. We network for our jobs, drink the drinks and go the fuck home, and very few people actually care who won. It's more like, did my $60 on a random horse I had a catchy name earn some kind of windfall? The Triple Crown winning racehorse Secretariat had a heart that was nearly 10 pounds heavier than a typical stallion's heart, weighing between 21 and 22 pounds. This is more than twice the size of a standard thoroughbred's heart, which typically weighs 8.5 pounds. The veterinarian who performed the necropsy said that Secretariat's heart was in perfect condition. Horse racing records, unlike human sports, are more dependent on genetics and conditioning, which change less over time. Secretariat's record-setting performance in 1973 remains unmatched due to exceptional talent and unique circumstances. The highway I drove along when passing through Kentucky were all about adult clubs, adult toy shops, and divorce lawyers. I would have to hazard a guess that Kentucky is busy organizing other priorities. It tells you how much brain matters. You could use your brain to optimize the physical results. With horses you have a very limited capability to teach them how to train better, so they make a very slow, almost non-existent progress. I can only speak for swimming. It's the type of training. Back in the day, swimmers didn't strength train like they do today. Google search images of Mark Spitz and Caleb Dressel, and you'll see a huge difference in size. Because that one horse was the most impressive and powerful horse of all time. Saying Secretariat was some horse is like saying Tom Brady was just some football player, or Wayne Gretzky was just some hockey player. A bunch of women's records are really old for track and field because they were juicing https trackandfieldness.com records, women's world records. I don't think you understand just how much a powerhouse Secretariat was. He ran so fast that the entire crowd fell dead silent as he ran. Since 1973 no horse has beaten the record. He was a freak of nature. Andre the Giant has the record for drinking beer. Lots of people drink beer every day, and no one has drank more than him, and survived at least. I had the opportunity to visit Secretariat and pose for pictures with him shortly after his retirement. He was quite the celebrity, and we felt very privileged. Nike isn't making horseshoes. Seriously. Though take any athlete today and make them compete completely naked, see how they stack up without modern gear. He was a simply incredible horse. Best athlete of all time, in my mind. Though not the best competitor. Marion Tinsley takes that honor. Race horses, unlike humans, reached their peak speed decades ago, and simply can't get any faster unless a new genetic mutation emerges. I know this answer. I was a young child in '73, and I can tell you there was very little gravity back then. I could almost fly. Because horses don't pin up posters of Secretariat on their wall and time themselves with the goal of breaking those records. Same reason the women's 100 meters record set by Jarmila Kratochvilova of Czechoslovakia in 1983 still stands. Secretariat's heart was twice the normal size, so he was either especially special or drugs were involved. I don't know. But this thread makes me want to watch Secretariat. Edit the movie. Are you Roger Sherman? Or are you just using his tweets for Reddit posts? Maybe that horse transitioned species to gain an unfair advantage. Because training horses is different than training yourself. Possibly because horses have no sense of beating a record.